Wendy's chili. First I bought it. Second, I'm gonna make it.
All right, YouTubers, I went to Wendy's. I don't do fast food, but I went to Wendy's because I wanted some chili, and it made me think, I'm going to try to make Wendy's chili on my own.
Their chili's good, but I think she was the spokesperson the last time I had it.
All right, YouTubers, now we're gonna get into it. I don't do fast food like at all anymore, but I always used to like Wendy's, and I really like their chili, and I had just a hunger for it, so I went and got some chili.
So I did some research and I think I figured out the Copycat recipe. The description block has the recipe, but it's more fun to watch than just read it, or do both.
9-ounce can of sauce, 29 ounces of kidney beans, 29 ounces of pinto beans, and then it said 29 ounces of diced tomatoes, and I went with the rotel. And now there's going to be other stuff I'm going to have to chop up, so we'll get going on that. I'm going to start off with 2 pounds of 85-15 ground beef, and I'm going to brown that up in that frying pan right there. So let's get started. All right. Heat the pan up. It's not real complicated. Now if you do this, you can brown your hamburger in the pot you're going to cook it all in. But since I'm at somebody else's house, I'm going to dirty another pan. Okay. And I'm gonna cook these 1 pound at a time. So yeah. And as I always like to say, you can do it however you want. So I'm just gonna break it down. I'm gonna cook it slow. You get the idea. We'll come back in a bit. I'm not gonna go on too long about this. I think everybody that's gonna make chili knows how to cook hamburger. But you know, I just want to keep breaking it down. All right, so that's good enough for this. You don't want to overcook it, is my opinion. And I got it down pretty small. I lied to you and told you I wasn't going to show you it again, but I still have another pound to cook. So we're going to move on. Got a little higher perspective because I got a great big pot. I've drained as much of the grease as I possibly could out of there. I'll move the pot out of the way. Put the pan back on. And the next pound goes in. We're going to keep cooking. All right, YouTubers, now comes the vegetables that go in. 2 stalks of celery. I chose a small one because I think that seems like a lot. A jalapeno. Jalapeno. It's a jalapeno. Green pepper. And a yellow onion. And now I'm gonna chop those all up how they're supposed to go in. Okay, they have nice knives here. These are Cutco knives, which I didn't know anything about until semi-recently. I'm gonna take the celery, I'm gonna dice it. I already washed everything that's going in. These are nice knives. Cut this down. I'm not a huge celery dicer, and I think I'm a decent cook, but I am no chef. So let me see if I can dice this. I'm gonna cut about 4 strands. All right, I need some Cutco knives. And we'll do my thing where I like to speed this up. All right, there is all the celery. I'm gonna put it in the pot. All the celery's going in. All right, now we're gonna do the green pepper. I'm gonna chop this. Pop out the center, and we can use the rest of this. All right. Maybe I didn't go far enough. this is the proper way. It's not how I normally do it. When I'm in the RV, I just cut stuff. Now we're gonna chop it. Get a little bit more of that off. All right, I have to invest in some Cutco knives. Shave a little bit more. When I try to remember this Wendy's chili, most everything seems chopped pretty fine. Now it's going to cook down. And then these pieces, we can still use these. You could throw them away if you wanted, you can use them, but they're perfectly good. And it reminds me, I should start doing things the proper way more often because my knife skills are not great, but doing things the proper way, there's a proper way for a reason because it works better. All right, now this goes into the pot. All right, now we have the jalapeno, and they said to devein it and dice it, which deveining takes all the heat out, which is sad, but it'll be okay. All right, so I move the camera up a little. So when you devein, which I haven't done a lot, you kind of cut down the sides, and you're trying to stay out of the center vein. My knife skills need some work, but I got most of the vein out and seeds. And I don't think jalapenos are that hot. Many people do. This is a good point. I'm just touching them, and I'll stick to the tips of your fingers to get them off. But when you're done, you probably should wash your hands. These aren't ghost peppers or Carolina Reapers or anything. But if you do touch your eyes, I guess it can bother you. Like with the others, we're just gonna dice these down. That's my phone. I'll call back in a minute. All right, I sped up the cutting, but you heard that phone probably in the background. Okay, that's good enough, and that's going in the pot too. All right, now the onion. We're gonna peel the onion. Hard to do it on camera. I don't want to get it all over the cutting board, so I should move the camera and or the cutting board. All right, gonna chop off the end. We don't need that. As you can see, I'm peeling it up. All right, the onion's peeled. I kept the top on. I'm gonna cut it down the center. The camera's still on. It is. All right, do one half at a time. And now we're gonna go most of the way. Almost to the stem. The stem, okay. The stem helps keep it in line. All right, now I'm gonna do a couple horizontal. And now we'll chop it. Watch your fingers and get close to the end of it. Just flip it over. And cut off what's still good. And throw the rest away. Oh, there's a little bit more savable. Move this half of the onion out of the way. Put this into the pot. All right, so again, almost to the end. And flat. I'm getting another one. We're gonna dice these smaller. Use all of it that you can. These Cutco knives are amazing. I didn't cry. All right, and as I said, take your knife and use the back of your knife. You can use your hand, you can use whatever you want. All right, now we're gonna add more stuff into the mix. Next, this is a tablespoon. They got fancy tablespoons here. And this is cumin. I use 1 tablespoon of cumin. And I don't normally measure things. I use my hand but a tablespoon was about all that was left. All right, so next is chili powder. And we're gonna use a 1/4 cup of chili powder. I don't really want to do it over the top of this, but I will so you can see I'm doing it. Okay, so we'll call that a 1/4 cup of chili powder. That goes in. All right, now we're gonna put 29 ounces can of tomato sauce into the pot. Everybody's can openers are different. I gotta figure out how to get this darn thing off of there. Let go of the can. Pampered Chef can opener is winning. GoPro, stop recording. Okay, when you're done, you give it half a little twist back and it comes off. Hopefully the can will open up. All right. And into the pot. Now there's other things to go in, but I'm gonna set this can to the side. All right, next, 29 ounces of kidney beans. I have 2 cans of those. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do, because these don't get drained. It's really easy to get off when you know what you're doing. All right. So to get all the sauce out, since these don't get drained, I'm gonna put it in the can. Push it around, and I got some more of the sauce out. And I will repeat that process. Next is 29 ounces of pinto beans. The pinto beans are also not drained. Now we got 29 ounces of diced tomato. That makes 2 cans for this. Also not drained. There's the other can of diced tomatoes. Not drained. And now, about a teaspoon of black pepper. Call that a teaspoon. A couple teaspoons of salt. I'm following the directions even though I don't hardly ever put salt in anything. Call that good. And now a cup of water. And that, YouTubers, is Wendy's chili. And what we have to do now is turn on the stove. We have to bring this to a boil. We'll mix it all up. I don't know yet. We'll see. But I'm bringing it to a boil, and I gotta tell you, it has a lot more cooking to do, but it kind of already looks like Wendy's chili, and it smells like it. We'll see how it turns out. All right, gonna bring it to a boil. Okay, that's a boil. I just turned it down. It said to boil it, so I boiled it. And now it has to simmer for 2 hours, stirring frequently, which I will do. It smells like Wendy's chili. It smells good. We'll see. All right, we're about an hour into it. It's been lightly simmering as supposed to. It smells very good. Nothing's sticking to the bottom. I think it smells like Wendy's chili. All right, there'll be more. All right, one more thing. That's butter. And a couple places said to use a tablespoon of butter once it's in the simmering. So a tablespoon is about my knuckle. Yeah, that's about a tablespoon. And that is normally how I measure things. So I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna put it in there. I'm gonna try to break it down into smaller. And we will stir it around, let it melt down. And I don't know, but they say to do it, so add butter. All right, YouTubers, that's 2 hours. Get a bowl. I'm gonna give this a taste. All right, YouTubers, it is time to see how this tastes. Wendy's chili. Oh, it's hot. I'm gonna bring it close. It tastes like Wendy's chili. Seriously. I made Wendy's chili. It really does. That is Wendy's chili. Now to make it even better, hold on. When I got Wendy's chili, I went through the drive-thru and I asked the guy, give me as many of these awesome hot sauce packets as you can without getting in trouble. I think he gave me 26 or 28. So, again, I don't eat a lot of fast food, but I think Wendy's chili is very good. And this will make it even closer to real. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. If you like Wendy's chili, I'm telling you. Now, I ate it about 4 days ago. I don't have a Wendy's chili right next to me to go side to side, but I think this recipe is really darn close. So I hope you enjoyed. Eat some chili on a nasty day, and you'll have a great and wonderful day.